Everyone wants to stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos like this or when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, links are below to our Discord, along with our options trading group. You know, if this video is of value to you at all, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. What I'm going to show you today is how to buy and sell a call on Tastyworks. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. If you're new to the Tastyworks platform, you can see that maybe it's a little bit confusing. You can select which ticker you'd like up in the upper left-hand corner here. You can change it anything that you want. You can go to Netflix, you can change it back to SPY, and then you can also change the ticker by just clicking on a symbol over here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to look at SPY. I'm going to go to the trade tab, and you'll see that this is it's going to be on table mode, which is the options chain. I prefer this. You know, some people prefer the curve, but we'll look at both here. We're just going to go right into the September 3rd options here, and we're going to be looking at the calls. So as you can see here on the call side, all you have to do to be able to buy an option is hit a strike at the ask. Now this will put it green. That means that you're buying the option. That means you're going to be this is going to be a debit. So you can see that in the bottom right hand corner as well. It's going to show you what your costs are for this option. Is going to be 134. You know, I don't recommend just clicking on the ask and submitting the order. I definitely recommend, because it's not going to give you the mid price, I recommend going down to the mid price or going down below, see if you can get a fill. Depending on how the stock is moving, you know, you could get a fill below mid price or at mid price. You know, you're leaving money on the table if you go right at the ask every time. If you're hitting the ask every time, eventually you're going to be losing money. You know, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So that being said, you can see how many you're buying down here. It's really clear, shows you what your extrinsic value is, your deltas, your theta, and your max profit is infinite, because this is not a spread. This is just buying a long call option. You can see how many you're buying right here. Right now the order is for 1. You could double click down here and put in like 5. You can also change the quantity here, plus or minus down below. And you can also move, like, add more time to it. Like if you want to go the next week, hit next week, you can go back. So, you know, it's actually, I think this is the fastest platform for buying options on, because you can change the settings really easily. You can also drag and drop on here, which you can't do on other platforms. So I think that's really nice. So we're just gonna look at this 293 call and get a feel for what this is. You know, if you hit, if you're looking at the page here, if you click on curve, it'll change that into the same 293 call will be on here. So if you flip back and forth, you can easily see, you know, for some people it's easier to visualize what this option is going to be doing on the curve screen versus the table, but it's essentially the same thing. You know, if you're looking here at the curve, you'll see this green big window here shows you where you're going to make money. The red's going to show you where you're going to lose money, and be aware this all comes down to theta. You're in the Greek, so depending on those numbers change. So as time goes on, where you're going to become profitable or where you're going to lose money is going to change. So you always have to kind of evaluate that as time goes on if you're holding that position. You can also see this on the table page here as well. You'll see the green bar here where you're going to make money, red bars where you're going to lose money, and then the gray means pretty much where you're going to break even as time goes on. This orange bar on the right hand side, this is the expected move. So I definitely like this. You know, it shows you plus or minus $3 here, but it gives you a nice visual on the trade on the options chain here of where the expected move is. They also do that on the curve page as well. You'll see expected move here. This little orange bar right here is the expected move. So, you know, when you're buying options, you know, for me, I prefer to buy it within the expected move. That way you have a higher probability of profit. So I'm just going to send in this order and kind of show you what it looks like. If you hit review and send, right now the market is closed, so it's not going to actually send this order till the next trading day. If we were to keep it open, I definitely don't recommend it, but you can place orders and have them queued up if you want, but this is just for example purposes. You know, what I like, it shows you how much of your buying power you're going to have left, and it's going to show you what your estimated trade costs here, your commissions, and your fees for this. So it's going to cost me $1.14 in total. So it's going to cost me $135.14 to actually buy this option. So this $2.93 call. And I definitely, for newer traders, I definitely recommend reviewing this, because it will show how many options you're buying. Some people buy the wrong strike. Some people put too many options, too many contracts in there. So I definitely recommend, when you're new, slow it down. Take a look at this page before hitting send, because once you hit send, it's gonna go. So you might get filled, you might not. So I'm gonna hit send order, and it's gonna say this order is working. And you can find this order on your positions tab or on the activity tab. On the positions tab, you might see it on here. If you look on your positions, like, oh, I have a position, but keep in mind, if it says working, you don't have a position. Repeat, if it says working, you don't have a position, just because it shows up in your positions page here. On the activity page, you'll know when you got filled, because this, instead of saying working and queued, it's going to say filled. So these orders were filled. That's how you know that you got filled and what price you got filled at. So in terms of it being queued on this page, you can cancel this. So if you don't get filled, you can cancel or replace the order. For me, I like to replace your order. I just hit replace, because it will actually do it in one click. It will actually cancel and replace the order. Unlike other places, other brokerages, you can't really do that. Some places you can, some places you can't, but on Tastyworks you can. So let's say I needed to adjust it. Maybe I need to go a little higher because the option pricing is a little screwed up. I can just hit review and send, and then it will say I'm out of this order, it canceled me, and then this one's working. And now I only have one order in here. You can also do that from the positions tab as well. So you'll get this chart here. This menu, if you right click, cancel order and replace order. And this works the same on mobile, on Mac, and pretty much and web as well. So you can, Tastyworks does a good job of keeping it consistent across many platforms. So I give them kudos for that, because it gets confusing if people change the platform per which device that you have. So for right now, I'm just going to cancel this order. The other way that you can put a trade in here is if you're using this little menu up in here, you can click on strategy and go down to long call. You can change to short call. All you have to do is click on these, change from put to call, but we're just going to do a long call option, and all you have to do is hit go. And then it places it in here, and then you can kind of drag and drop where you want it to go. So, really simple, really easy, but I can see why, if you're coming off Robinhood, why this might be a little confusing for you as a newer trader, because it's a lot of information, and Robinhood strips out a lot of that information already. So, and all you have to do is, if you wanted to, we'll put this order in, and let's say the market was open. If you wanted to close it, all you have to do is right click on it, and there will be a button that says close or close this order, and you can close this order. And then it's pretty much the same as buying the option. So, if this video is of value to you, hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Definitely will answer them. Stay safe, stay green. It's always us versus herd.